Ding. Ding dong. All right. Listen, before we get into the thick things, I just want to say there are a lot of people who watch these streams back. So if you're watching this video and we're not live right now, this is a live stream we did earlier. So it's good to see you. We're going to talk to the chat. We're going to react to Trump's crazy press conference, all that good stuff. But I appreciate you. I hope you're doing well. I hope you have a good morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time of day it is for you. And let's get right into things. Let me just get the chat up here. I wonder if anybody's here already. We'll see. Oh, hold on. Karen, thank you for becoming a member. Wait, Marshall, thank you for becoming a member. Mike, thank you for becoming a member. And Karen, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate that. That's very kind. Thank you, guys. If you want to become a member, you can press the little circle with a $ on the bottom right of your chat. That allows you to super chat or become a member. It helps support the live and that good stuff. But hi, everybody. Hello. Let me ask you this. Does the quality of the stream look better? Like the actual video? Does the actual video look, if you've been in the stream before, does it look higher quality? By any chance? Hi, everybody. Oh, everybody's saying hi. Hello. Hi, everybody. Good to see everybody. Oh, look at everybody saying hi. Appreciate you guys. Oh, look at all these folks. Yes. A little. Yes, way better. Good. Good, because I made some improvements. I made some improvements. Yo, Paula, thank you for the $1.99. And Killer, thank you for the $2.99. Show them both love, please. I appreciate it. Show them some love in the chat. Yes? Okay, good. I'm so glad that it looks better because I put some work into making it look better. So I'm awesome. That's great. Let me turn on my phone really quickly because I want to be able to read the chat on my phone. I have it up here, but I can't see it when we react to the thing live. So if somebody super chats or becomes a member, I would like to be able to catch that individual's comments. You know what I'm saying? Let me. Oh, Tracy, thank you for the $1.99. Oh my God, you guys are super chatting. And Roxy, thank you for the $1. I appreciate you. Let me just do something really quick here behind the scenes that I should have done earlier, quite frankly, but I forgot. So let me just do this super duper quickly. And we'll get into the thick of things. We'll start chatting and all that good stuff. It's just, stream setup things. It's kind of annoying. Okay, let's save that. Sorry. All right, we should be good to go. Yes? Yes, it looks like we are good to go. All right, everybody. Hi. If you are getting in the live just now, yo, Stephanie, thank you for the $1.99 as well. I appreciate everybody that's super chatting and becoming members. Thank you all. It means a lot. It means a great deal. So if you're just joining the live, make sure to like the stream on YouTube. It goes a long way. Oh, Wicket, thank you for the $5. I appreciate you in super chat. And Caroline, thank you for the $19.99 saying thank you for standing up to help save our democracy. Can we please show Caroline and Wicket some love in the chat? Thank you both of you for the super chat. That's incredibly generous. I appreciate you guys. Very, very kind. Thank you. You guys are amazing. I hope you know that I appreciate you a lot. Yeah, make sure to actually like the stream. And Joanna, thank you for the $1.99 super chat as well. Show Joanna some love, of course. So make sure to like the stream, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We do these lives every once in a while. I post videos every day here on YouTube. And Annette, thank you for the $20 super chat. Please show Annette some love. Oh my goodness, you guys are going insane right now in super chats. Please show Annette some love in the chat. If you'd be so kind. Thank you. Do me that favor, all right? Show Caroline, Annette, Wicked, all these amazing folks some love, would you? So Harry, Texas or Michigan? I think Texas is going to take it. I'm so excited for college football, man. I love college football. I'm so glad it's back. How do you become a member? You click that little circle in the bottom right of your screen. If you're on an iPhone or an iPad, I don't think you can do it on the YouTube app. You have to actually go into a browser or go on a laptop to become a member. But a member is basically like for people who came from TikTok, like the TikTok version of a subscription, sort of. It helps support the stream. It's like a monthly subscription. And you get like your name and color, a nice badge. It's very cool. All right, ladies and gents, shall we do this? Shall we jump into the abyss? and react to Donald Trump's press conference today. What do you guys think? Oh my God. Ladies, gents, boys, and girls, please show some love to Carrie, who just dropped a $49.99 super chat. Trump and his attorneys suggested in court today EJ's pic of him was AI, even though they said it was real prior. They have no idea what they're doing over there. We're going to actually talk about that. They have no idea what they're doing over there at the Trump legal team. It's remarkable how incompetent they are, like truly incompetent. They have no idea what they're doing. So let's pull up this Trump press conference. Where is the best stream for this? Can we get like, let's see. One sec, I'm just pulling this up. I'm pulling it up. Let's see if this audio is good. I don't know if this audio is good. I'm just pulling up the, please show Carrie some love. I mean, Carrie is such an amazing supporter. She's always supporting. Let's see here. And I want to get the lawyers in the background. One sec. I'm just pulling up the stream right now so we can react to it. Is this good? Is this the audio? Okay, yeah, great. Here we go. All right, let's do this, shall we? You guys excited? I mean, excited as you can be for a Trump speech. Christy, thank you for the $9.99 as well. Harry, keep making a difference. You're amazing. I'm Crystal. Shout out, Crystal. Thank you for being here and supporting on YouTube as well. It goes an incredibly long way. Shout out to everybody that's super chatting or becoming a member. Like, truly, it means a lot. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are amazing. I appreciate it a lot. Please show all these people some love in the chat. They are supporting the stream, and that helps a lot. So, but as I mentioned, if you want to super chat or become a member, click that little circle in the bottom right with the $sign. And of course, make sure to keep liking the stream. It helps boost it. Helps push it out to more people, which is great. So, ladies and gents, we're going to do it. We're diving in. We're going to dive straight into Trump's, excuse me, unhinged press conference today. Shall we? Yeah? Okay, let's do this. Oh, man. Oh, man. Look at this guy. Look at his lawyers, man. Look at his lawyers. These guys don't want to be there, do they? They don't want to be there. Dadpool, thank you for the $2 in super chat. Shout out Dadpool. I have to see the new Deadpool movie. That reminds me. Let's dive right in.
Told him horrible things. We weren't allowed to say that in the trial. She said horrible things about him. I guess they're sin.
You guys can hear it okay? Yeah? I'm just going to wait for the chat to tell me if they hear it okay. Ruth, thank you for the $1.99 in super chat. Show Ruth some love. Show Ruth some love. Yes? Okay, good. You can hear it. Let me turn off the AC in this room. I have AC on right now. Let me turn off AC in this room, and we will dive right in. So there's no distractions. And we'll listen to this. Look, we're not going to listen to all 44 minutes. I can tell you that much. I would do anything else. Deadpool 3 was awesome. I take your recommendation, Queen. I gotta see it. What about his sentencing being postponed? We can talk about that later. I actually might have a hot take on that. Anyway, let's dive right in.
Since divorced. He's a very nice guy, African American, and she said very bad things. We weren't allowed to use that in the trial, which surprised a lot of people.
Oh, look, he has notes. Remember when all the Republicans attacked President Biden for having notes? Like being prepared, having things that you want to hit, making sure you're hitting all the points you want to hit. Donald Trump has notes. Look at him. He's looking down right there. No Republican attacks him for that, though. I just find that funny. God, the way that Republicans treated President Biden, it still annoys me to this day. It still annoys me.
But she made up a story. It fabricated 100% that I attacked her at Bergdorf Goodman. It's very interesting. I don't think they were allowed to use this either. Her favorite show is Law and Order. And there's a almost exact story as her story in Law and Order about being attacked in the dressing room of a department store. I don't know if they used the name of the store. But that's her favorite show, Law and Order. She said that. Oh. And anyway,
So that's not true. First of all, two immediate observations that I have right off the bat. Number one, that's not true. There's not a Law and Order episode that's almost identical to her accusation against Donald Trump. By the way, this is about E. Jean Carroll. Number two, actually, I have three things. Number two, New defamation lawsuit incoming. He just said he doesn't know E. Jean Carroll, that he doesn't, that she lied about him. That's like the premise of the second defamation case against him that E. Jean Carroll brought, and she won a bunch of money. And number 3, God, how depressed do Donald Trump's lawyers look right now? Look at the guy on the right. This guy is like, why the hell am I here? He has no idea what's going on. This guy over here is baffled. He's just like, what is this guy talking about? Alina Habba over here wants to be anywhere else but here. She gets up there and she puts on the brave face. She says, oh, Donald Trump's innocent. But this is not the face of a lawyer who knows somebody's innocent, right? Alina Habba over here on your left. Come on. Give me a break. Anyway.
Evolved into a defamation case against me because I disputed her words because I told the truth. We were called. I was in the White House, and I said, no, it never happened. I didn't even know what they were talking about. This was...
Oh, come on, man. An ad already. We're going to mute the ad. Yo, JT, thank you for filling up the ad space. JT, thank you for the $5 in Super Chat. Shout out JT. Show JT some love in the chat for the Super Chat, man. I appreciate that.
I was in the Oval Office. Sir, do you know anything about this? And this had to do with the book, and she had a few pages in a book making this claim. By the way, there was never a claim. There was never a police report. There was never anything mentioned. There was never publicity 30 or 40 years ago, whenever it took place. Nobody knows. She doesn't know when it took place. When did it take place? She has no idea.
That's not true. That's not true. It's just false. Hold on. It's just not true. I mean, that doesn't have any basis in truth. Watch. E. Jean Carroll assault date. First of all, it's not true. Both cases, this is according to Wikipedia, which are sourced, of course, both cases were presided over by Judge Lewis Kaplan and were related to Carroll's accusation from the mid-2019 while Trump was in office that he assaulted her in the late 1995 or early 1996. So he's like, yeah, she has no idea of when it happened. She does know when it happened. And by the way, it's very common that assault victims don't remember the very specifics of like what they were wearing or maybe even the location they were in, if they were like at a house party or something, like whose house it might be, right? For example. Or they might not remember the specific year because it's kind of like late 1995. That could be like December or early 1996. That could be January, right? So this is not a counter argument. And this is why Donald Trump lost the case, because there's no counter argument.
She thinks it was in the 1990s. She thinks it was in the 1990s. And the judge, we had 2 trials. We asked for a consolidation. He said no. The reason he said no is he'd rather have double the publicity because that's bad for me.
Oh, Ruth James, thank you for the $19.99 in Super Chat. Please show some love to Ruth James in the chat for the Super Chat. That's incredibly kind. Shout out, Ruth. I appreciate you. It's incredibly kind. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, you guys are amazing. I appreciate it. Show some love.
Very bad because I'm running for president, and this is not the kind of publicity you like. And whether it's true or not, it's horrible. And in this case, it's so false. It's a made-up, fabricated story by somebody.
Defamation.
I think initially just looking to promote a book. And when they called me, I denied the story. I got sued essentially for defamation because I'm denying a story where I'm right. I should be suing her for defamation.
What?
So that's where it is. Now, there were 2 witnesses. One is a woman who's followed me for...
Oh, okay. So listen, I posted a YouTube video about this press conference today that included what he's about to say. If you haven't seen that video and I also posted a TikTok about it. If you haven't seen that video or you haven't watched the TikTok or you haven't just seen clips from this press conference generally, just strap in for what he's about to say here.
For years. She said in 1979, I was in an airplane with her, commercial flight, and we became very intimate. I just sat down. I think I had the book, The Art of the Deal. I was famous then, too. I've been famous for a long time.
I said this in my YouTube video. I want to repeat it again. First of all, the Donald Trump talking about being intimate makes me want to puke. Like, my immediate reaction is I feel sick. But number two, he's talking about an allegation against him of which a woman accused him of assaulting her. And he's bringing up how famous he is and bringing up a book he published. This guy can't go 5 seconds without talking about himself and boasting. And he especially can't do that when he's talking about an allegation against him, a very serious allegation. It's just the most insane thing ever. Oh.
And we're sitting in first class, according to her. Never happened, by the way. Totally made up story. She's a Clinton person, too, by the way. Big Clinton person. She made up the story. And so many years ago, and I think it would be 1979. One of my many people behind me could correct it, but I think she said 1979. That's a long time ago. And I sat down. I believe I had some pretty big success then, and I was being talked about a lot.
Again, he just brought up his fame in the middle of talking about him assaulting a woman. Oh.
Maybe The Art of the Deal was out, sometime after that. I'm not sure. But I was well known. And passengers are coming into the plane. And she said, I was making out with her. And then, after 15 minutes, and then she changed her story a couple of times. Maybe it was quicker. That I
David, thank you for the $9.99 in Super Chat. Please show David some love in the chat, please, if you'd be so kind. Shout out, David. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Grabbed her at a certain part, and that was when she had enough. Now, so think of the impracticality of this. I'm famous. I'm in a plane. People are coming into the plane. And I'm looking at a woman, and I grab her, and I start kissing her and making out with her. What are the chances of that happening? What are the chances? And frankly, I know you're going to say it's a terrible thing to say, but it couldn't have happened. It didn't happen. And she would not have been the chosen one. She would not have been the chosen one.
You hear that? His defense is she would not have been the chosen one. She would not have been the chosen one for him to assault. He didn't do it because she would not have been the chosen one, implying that there is somebody out there, a woman that could or would be the chosen one. It is like one of the most disgusting things I've heard in the saga of Trump being accused of assault. She wouldn't be the chosen one. What a weird phrase and what a weird thing to say in relation to being accused of assault. And I said this in my YouTube video as well today. That's not a slip of a tongue, right? He didn't accidentally say that. This is something that Donald Trump has said before in different variations. Like, look at this. This is what, when it comes to E. Jean Carroll, this is what Donald Trump said about her. Look at this. He said that E. Jean Carroll is not his type, and that means he didn't assault her. Not his type, which is obviously wrong for so many reasons, because that also implies the existence of somebody who is his type, who he would assault. And it also is wrong because people can assault somebody that's not their type. It is just such a disgusting thing to say. And from, she's not my type to she's not the chosen one. Like, seriously, she's not the chosen one. It really does imply that there is the existence of a quote unquote chosen one that he would or could assault. Stop. Why is Siri going? Stop. This is on my other computer. Insanity. When I saw that, I also said this in videos. I know I keep referencing videos, but I think it's important to say that, if you're a man, I know women already know this. You don't need me to tell you when it comes to assault and things like that. I'm like a straight white guy. You don't need to hear from me, right? But if you're a man, if you're a fellow white guy out there, or just a man generally, straight white guy, whatever it might be, and you're kind of on the fence of this election, at least vote on behalf of the women in your life. Don't vote for somebody and don't allow somebody to get into office who thinks that women are just kind of pawns and that there are chosen ones and not chosen ones as to who he would assault, and that he wouldn't assault someone based on them being his type or not. Do not allow this person to become president of the United States again. It is a tragedy and a travesty that he was president once. Let's not make that same mistake twice. And look, by the way, I just want to point out something. Can we just get a quick what are we at? 423. I just want to get a quick rewind. Pay attention to Donald Trump's lawyers' faces when he said this, okay?
You're going to say it's a terrible thing.
Wait, by the way, Joe West, thank you for the $20 super chat. Shout out Joe West for the $20 super chat. I know you guys you're already way ahead of me, but show Joe West some love if you'd be so kind. A $20 super chat, that is amazing. Just watch their faces though. Ready?
To say, but it couldn't have happened. It didn't happen. And she would not have been the chosen one. She would not have.
Look at this guy. Look, hold on. Look at it. First of all, look at Alina Habba on the left. She's like looking at this guy. She's like, what did he just say? Alina Habba on the left has no idea what this guy just said. It's even too much for her. She said outrageous things in her time. Even she's like,
been the
and then look at this guy.
one.
Look at this guy on
She
the
has
right. Look at him.
Gone around for years saying this story everywhere.
This guy on the right is baffled as well. Alina Habba also still looks stunned here. She's like, what did he just say? What did he just say? Can we get a quick rewind? Look at their faces.
She would not have been the chosen one. She would not.
Look at this guy on the right. Look at the guy on the right. Look at that lawyer. This screenshot right here fully sums up Donald Trump's campaign. His lawyers are like, oh my God, what did he just say? They're so baffled.
Not have been the chosen one. She has gone around for years saying this story. Everywhere I go, she says this story. And it's a total lie. Now, I assume she'll sue me now for defamation like I got sued by E. Jean Carroll.
Sorry, another ad. 1 sec. Can we get some like elevator music in between these ads? I mean, golly. Anyway, continue.
Interestingly said, she's been hurt, damaged, but she's made more money since she did this than she ever made in her life. She gets paid a lot of money to go talk bad things about me. So remember this whole thing started.
Okay, I don't want to keep stopping, and I apologize, but that is also just another really gross thing to say, because E. Jean Carroll made a lot of money from the defamation trials, like over $85 million, right? But that doesn't take away the pain and the hurt that came with the assault. Like, again, I'm not the best spokesperson for this because I'm like a straight white guy, but I think that, like, there's no amount of money that solves that. So she has made money from suing Donald Trump and winning a verdict. Like, she was damaged and she has money now and is being paid money now that she is owed. But that doesn't change the assault. It doesn't change the trauma that came with that for her.
Started, along with just about every other case I'm involved with the political campaign of Harris, and who's having a bad time because she can't talk, of Harris and Joe Biden. This was election interference.
Did he just again say he was running against Joe Biden?
With the political campaign of Harris, and who's having a bad time because she can't talk, of Harris and Joe Biden.
This guy just said he's running against Joe Biden again. Come on. This is the second time that Donald Trump has confused who he's running against. He doesn't know that he's running against Governor Walz and Kamala Harris. He doesn't know that. He doesn't know that he's running against the Vice President Kamala Harris, and he doesn't know that he's running against Governor Tim Walz. This guy's off his rocker. He has no idea what's going on around him. He's completely mentally declining. I think it's very obvious now for everybody that watches like these conferences or watches Donald Trump speeches. Like, this guy is obviously not somebody who's fit to serve. He's the farthest thing from it. And like as I mentioned, this is like the second time in 4 days, I think it is, 3 or 4 days, where he's forgotten who he's running against. If Joe Biden did this, Republicans would be freaking out for a week. It'd be front page news on Fox News for a week. But since it's Donald Trump forgetting who he's running against, oh, they don't care. They don't care. Notice how they don't bring up age arguments anymore, right? Their guy is the oldest presidential candidate in American history, and now the whole age argument doesn't matter. You know, what a joke. What a joke.
This was election interference.
Also, make sure to like the stream, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and if you want to super chat, that little circle at the bottom right, you can become a member or super chat through that. I appreciate it.
All is. It's all fabricated. But fabricated in front of very friendly judges for them and in very friendly areas for them. If you get a jury, it's very hard to win in a jury where you have 3 or 4 or 5% Republican votes. Very, very
Not
tough,
true.
actually. 2 witnesses.
Just as a reminder, all of the juries in these cases were selected by Trump's lawyers and the prosecution or the plaintiff in these cases, just for the record. Like Trump, unless Trump thinks his own lawyers are sabotaging him, then maybe he shouldn't go around making this argument.
One is named Jessica Leeds, so she...
Oh, Ross Porter, thank you for the $20 super chat. Yo, shout out Ross. That's crazy, man. Thank you so much. Show some love to Ross Porter in the chat for the $20 super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you.
She was up again. She can't get rid of her. She was up. She said, I was in an airplane doing that. A couple of things. You have an armrest in planes back in those days. Oh, by the way, she didn't know anything about the flight, where we were going. Where I was in very few flights. I was a New York guy building New York buildings. I was in very few airplanes, I will tell you, in those days. 1979, I think.
This is not a defense. Her not remembering the specific plane or the flight is not a defense.
It's a long time ago. But you had the armrest, and in the old days, they didn't move. Okay? But she said she then got out and she went to the back of the plane, and that was the end of the story, I think. And...
Oh, hold on. Yo, Pearface, thank you for the $199.99 in super chat. Oh my God, Pearface, that is the largest super chat we've ever received. Oh my God. Yo, please show some love to Pearface in the chat. $199? Oh my God. Please show Pearface some love. Pearface, I appreciate that so much. You've hit the record. You've said it. You have the record. $199.99 is the largest super chat we've ever received. Please show Pearface some love. Tell him we appreciate him. Thank you, Pearface. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Golly.
This story has followed me for years. But
also, maybe I'm too young to answer this question, but can somebody in the chat tell me if those armrests actually did move up and down back in the day? I'm pretty sure they do. And I also don't understand why the armrest is relevant. Like, why does that mean it didn't happen?
But just to finish with her, Jessica Leeds, no police reports, no witnesses, no corroboration of any kind, no criminal suggestions, nothing. Then you have another
Again, that's not a defense.
one, and this one is a writer.
Yeah, all the people in the chat are saying the armrest move. So what is he talking about? Also, and he's still not, like, none of what he's saying is a defense. Like, oh, there was no witnesses on this plane. How are they meant to gather witnesses? How are they meant to gather that? They have filed a criminal case, so there's no, like, subpoenas of, or a civil case, so there's no subpoenas that they can send out. And how are they meant to identify these potential witnesses? They're just like random people on a plane. This is not a defense. And her not filing a police report is also not a defense.
For People magazine, who I actually thought was very nice. She came to Mar-a-Lago, and she wrote the most beautiful story you've ever seen. It was a love story about Melania and myself, a love story in People magazine. And that was it. It was a cover, I think. But it was a beautiful story. Everybody would love to have that marriage. She said the nicest things about me, about Melania. You have the story. I mean, you can read the story. And her name was whoever. Let's see.
He can't figure it out. Can't find her name. Look at him. He's panicking. Oh, man. Why are you giving us an ad right now, dude? There's ads like every 5 seconds. Relax. Sorry about that. 1 sec. I'm enjoying seeing him panic.
Was who?
Look.
Yeah.
Look, they have it to give them.
I don't have it. Whatever her name was. I don't know the lady, so perhaps it's much better that way, but I really don't know the lady. So she wrote this beautiful story, and about, I don't know, years later.
Yeah, I agree with Philip. I just want to quickly point out, Philip Thompson in the chat, how many women are out there that never made a criminal complaint? Exactly, right? Killer, thank you, gifters, for supporting the stream. Thank you, members, for joining. Thank you all for liking the live and engaging in the chat. Shout out, Killer. I appreciate that. I reiterate, I back what she just said. Thank you, all the gifters. Thank you, everybody that's super chatting and liking the stream. I appreciate you all.
No police reports, no anything. Years later, the same person they called up, did you attack at Mar-a-Lago this woman, this writer, whatever her name is? And she was a witness in a case. Her and Leeds were the two witnesses, only two witnesses. Did you attack her? I said, who is she? And they said, she writes for People magazine. I said, I don't know anything about the lady. If I had a story long ago, years before.
Patty, thank you for the $4.99 in Super Chat. Show Patty some love. I appreciate it. Thank you.
About People, but it was a very nice story. So I don't know. It has to be made up because I don't know what you're talking about. It turned out that the same lady that wrote this beautiful story years later said I attacked her. Now, think of this. Oh, and she said the butler knew everything.
Why the hell is he holding his hands like that? Why the hell is he holding his hands like that?
Everything. The old expression, the butler did it, right? Very famous in crime stories. Well, the butler was Tony.
Yo, Donnie, thank you so much for the $5 saying you need to buy the YouTube Premium with no ads with Pearface money. That's a good idea, Donnie. I like the suggestion.
Cynical. Worked for me for a long time. He was retired at that time. That was years later. He retired. He was retired when this hoax came out. And what happened is he totally confirmed my story. And he didn't even work for me anymore. He passed away a couple of years ago, a good man. He said, the woman was crazy. It never happened. I was the one that served her whatever she was drinking. And I was there. And nothing ever happened. But you don't need the butler. All you have to do is...
Yo, Sister Soul, thank you so much for becoming a member. Shout out. We love the members. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Read the story. Think of this. A woman comes into Mar-a-Lago, interviews me about a love story about my wife and myself. And during that interview, I attacked her and pushed her up against the wall violently. Okay?
Oh, my God.
And then she leaves and she writes a perfect story. A perfect story. She doesn't mention the event. Again,
this is not a defense. Somebody not coming forward about an event and doing the job that they were assigned to do so they don't lose their job is not a defense. I don't know what's wrong with this guy. Like, if this is all you have in terms of defense, like, God, you are in a bad spot, huh? And also, I don't know what I actually am not familiar with this allegation or the specifics of this allegation, but it's Donald Trump, so we know he's likely lying. And this whole Butler thing, I don't know what the whole Butler thing is either. Chanel, thank you for the member, or for becoming a member. I appreciate it. Shout out Chanel. Again, we love the members. I appreciate it.
There's nothing on file at all. Zero. There was no complaints. There were no complaints to People magazine. There was no witness. There was nothing. Yeah, well, there was a witness, the butler, and he's already said everything. He's already told the story. Because this story, likewise, like Leeds, this story has followed me around. I could go through many other stories outside of this. You know, it's very funny. When you're rich and famous, you get a lot of people come up with a lot of stories. But
Oh, Sista, thank you, Sista Soul. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. I appreciate that so much. Thank you, Sister Soul, for the 5 gifted memberships. I appreciate that so much. You became a member and then sent some memberships. I appreciate that. And Mojo, thank you for the $4.99, saying check Alina Habba's face the whole time. Couldn't have happened to a better person. Thoughts and chairs for Alina Habba. Yo, shout out Mojo. I appreciate that. That's very kind. Thank you.
you're
Thanks,
writers.
man.
And some of you are legitimate writers and some of you aren't. Some of you are fake news and some of you are real news. But put yourself in my position. I'm running for president and I have all these cases all of a sudden come
It's not all of a
out.
sudden.
And they're fake cases and they report back to DOJ.
Oh man, Sherry, think of the $10 as well, saying, "Hey Harry, I hope everyone is having a great night. I'm sizzling in SoCal." Man, I wish I was there, huh? I wish I was sizzling in SoCal. Are you kidding me? California's gorgeous. It's an amazing state. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying yourself. Holy. Justin, thank you for the $299.99 super chat. Oh my God. Justin, my man. Pearface is my chosen one. Wife. We love ya, Justin. Pearface and Justin. My God. Justin, now you have the record. Wow. $299 in super chat. Please, 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 please show Justin some love in the chat. He just set the record. He just set the record. $299 in super chat. That is remarkable. Oh my God, man. Oh my God. Please show Justin some love. Please, please, please. That is remarkable. Thank you, man. Thank you for the super chat. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. That is crazy. That's too generous. You didn't have to do that, man. Thank you so much. That is incredibly, incredibly kind. And oh my God. And Evelyn, thank you for the $49.99. How are your parents? Must be so proud because of you, because I am. Evelyn. Oh, please show Evelyn some love as well. Evelyn, thank you for being here and thank you for your support. Justin and Evelyn, please show both of these amazing people some love. They are fantastic individuals. And they're super chatting, they're supporting. Thank you to both of you. Justin has the record. Evelyn coming in right after with a $49.99. And thank you for being here, Evelyn. Like, truly, it means so much. You guys are both amazing. Shout out everybody. Shout out Sherry. Shout out Justin. Shout out Evelyn. Shout out Pear. Shout out Sister Soul. Everybody, man. Seriously. Thank you, guys. Oh, wow. You guys are amazing. So remarkable.
And you have Lisa Monaco, one of the people at DOJ who I saw the other day talking about the Russia hoax. And yet she's friends with Andrew Weissman and that whole group and crew, who should be sued, by the way, because they're not a charity. All they are is a political organization that goes after Trump for the last 8 years. I mean, he's a sick person that runs that, too. But Lisa Monaco is in the Department of Justice, but she's a Andrew Weissman person who's been after me for years. So far, he's failed. And he's having a heart attack because I'm leading in the polls, I guess. If you look at the Nate Silver, very respected guy. I don't know him, but he has me up by a lot. So
I mean, this is so easy to debunk. Trump v. Harris polls. This is so easy to debunk. This is like the easiest thing ever. Where's 538? 538 is like the best group of polls. Yo, Patty, thank you for the $10 as well, the $9.99 in Super Chat. Please show Patty some love as well. Remarkable. You guys are going insane tonight. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. And if you want to Super Chat, little circle with the dollar sign in the bottom right. You can Super Chat if you so choose. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Patty. I appreciate it. So here, you can see the polls. These are the polls that we have of Kamala Harris versus Trump. I wish there were more polls. I think as we get closer to Election Day, like this graph will just be full of, like, these little dots are different polls. I think as we get closer to Election Day, it'll be full of it. But Harris is currently leading by 3 points, 3.1% nationally. So I don't know what polls he's talking about. And let's just go to a swing state. Let's pick Pennsylvania. Harris is up by about a point. Let's go to, where's the next one? What about Nevada? Harris is up by half a point. Yo, My Mom is the Best by Mason. Thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate that. Thank you for becoming a member. Shout out you, man. And where else? Arizona. Trump is actually up by 0.5. Georgia, I think Trump is also up. No, Harris is up by 0.4%, less than a point. And where's the other swing states? What do we got? Michigan? Michigan. Kamala Harris is up by 2. Where's Wisconsin? Wisconsin. Here we go. Up by 3. So what polls is he talking about? What polls?
Let's say we're leading, or let's say we're tied, or let's say what difference. I'm in the race. It's between two people, but I think we're leading by a lot because the opponent refuses to do an interview because she can't talk.
It's not true.
And
oh my God,
they're not going to skate through it. I'm not going
It's so frustrating listening to him lie 24/7. It's just so annoying.
to have a Marxist president. The people are getting it. So we go down to court today to talk about this case is a scam. And all I can say is that I never met the woman other than this picture, which could have been AI generated. I don't know.
Oh my. Yeah, that Trump really just said that. This photo that was submitted into evidence of E. Jean Carroll, Trump, this has been is put into evidence in the case and acknowledged as real by Trump's team, and now he's claiming it was AI. This photo has been in circulation for years, since at least 2019. But apparently now, Donald Trump is claiming this photo is AI, and his followers are probably going to believe it. Oh my God, dude. It's so delusional. Thank you, Dominique, for the $2. Love from Australia. Wow. Thank you so much for the $2. That's remarkable. Thank you. Yeah, Donald Trump is now claiming this photo is AI. What a joke, man. This guy's such an embarrassment. Like, he's
Showed up out of nowhere, but
for the record, obviously it's not AI. Just for the MAGA people watching.
it's fine. Nice picture with her husband, and lots of other people are online. It's a celebrity line. But never met her, never touched her, never had anything to do with her. The other thing is I was very famous then. If I would have walked into Bergdorf Goodman, the department store that she said.
John, thank you for the $19.99 in Super Chat as well. Please show John some love, please, if you'd be so kind. Shout out John. $19, man. I appreciate that.
Everybody would have said, oh, there's Trump. And it would have been, at that time, on page 6. Page 6 was the equivalent of today's internet. And it would have been a big story if I would have walked into that store, gone into a dressing room, and supposedly you know what to her. Never happened. Never happened. Total phony story. And
yeah, I sense another defamation lawsuit incoming because this has already been decided in court that it happened, and now he's defaming her, saying it didn't happen and she lied. So he's gonna get sued again. Can we please bring on round 3 of E. Jean Carroll versus Donald Trump so she can take more of his money? Maybe $200 million this time, please. Oh my God, dude, you're right. I gotta get YouTube Premium. I gotta do it. I gotta get YouTube Premium. Well, hey, with all these super chats and these people becoming members, I can do it. There you go.
I feel sad that I have to come up here and explain it. I have all this legal talent, but legal talent cannot overcome rigged judges. They can't overcome a 4% Republican area. And I'm disappointed in my legal talent, I'll be honest with you. They're good. They're good people. They're talented people.
I just find, I talked about this clip as well. I find it so remarkable that, like, in the broader clip, let's see if I can pull up, Metal, thank you for the $2. Much love from Wisconsin, big swing state. Make sure you get all your friends and family out to vote, but you're already going to do that. You know the drill. Appreciate you. Show some love to Metal. I appreciate that. Trump press conference today. I hopefully they can pull up, hopefully the wide angle is here. Yeah, okay. So this was the press conference. He has all of his lawyers around him, like all of these different people that are like charging $1,000 an hour or whatever it is, like something absurd for their services. And Dominique, thank you for becoming a member as well. Shout out Dominique, super chatting and becoming a member. I appreciate that. So all these lawyers are flanking Donald Trump, and he insults them to their face. He goes, "Yeah, I'm disappointed in my legal representation, my legal talent." Well, you know what? I've said this before. I'll say it again. I think one of the worst jobs in the world is being Donald Trump's lawyer, because not only do you have to deal with like a narcissistic, psychopathic sociopath, but you also have to grapple with the fact that he's very obviously guilty in all of these cases. Like, they know that. Their legal strategy is not even talking about the merits of these cases. They're not saying, "Oh, Donald Trump is not legal," or is not guilty, and the evidence shows it. Their entire strategy is just delay, 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 delay. All they want to do is delay the cases. They're not arguing that, "Oh, he didn't do it." It's and he's just insulting them to their faces. All of these people have put their reputations on the line. Like, after Donald Trump, they're not going to work for anybody anymore, right? Like, they're not going to, unless you're like a super ultra MAGA candidate. And in that case, there's not even that many people who are facing criminal charges like Donald Trump. So, like, they put their reputation on the line, and he's standing here insulting them to their face.
People. Today at the trial, they didn't mention the dress. So the Monica Lewinsky type dress was a big part of the trial. Big part of the trial. I said, "Why didn't you mention that?" And I heard there was a dress involved. And I wasn't frightened at all, because I did nothing with her. Never touched this woman, saw this woman, had no idea who she was. "But they have a dress, sir." I said, "So what?" "Well, sir, it's very
He just slipped up there, and we'll talk about this in a second. But I thought about this earlier today. He just slipped up there in a really bad way.
Use that dress to try and intimidate me. They used that dress with the public. That dress was such a famous dress. It was Monica Lewinsky, Part 2, the dress. And the judge wanted it for trial. And it was going to go into trial. And then they found out there was nothing on the dress, which I knew.
That's not true.
And then the judge wouldn't allow it to be used. So they used it as a cudgel. They used it as a hammer.
True. Okay, I want to let him talk and let him finish the point, so then I can debunk it further. But I have to stop it. That's not true. First of all, the 22nd day, thank you for the $9.99 in Super Chat, saying sending love from SoCal. Again, we love Southern California. I can't even believe that. Hold on. Male DNA found on E. Jean Carroll dress. Look. So here, watch this. This headline. Carroll's lawyer. Here's what I'm trying to. Sorry, I'm looking for the main part. Carroll's lawyers have sought Trump's DNA for 3 years to compare it with stains found on the dress Carroll wore that day. She says Trump assaulted her, raped her in the department store in the late 1995s or 1996. Analysis of DNA concluded it did contain traces of an unknown man's DNA. Right? And so then they were asking for their DNA for 3 years. For 3 years. Kaplan said lawyers for Trump and Carroll had more than 3 years to make DNA issue in the case, and both chose not to do so, which is partially true. E. Jean Carroll asked Donald Trump to submit his DNA. He chose not to. And so they didn't move forward with it because they can't compel him in a civil case to do so. But then, after the deadline had passed, then Donald Trump offered up his DNA just as a publicity stunt. He was not actually trying to give his DNA. He knew that the deadline had passed. But there was an unidentified man's DNA on the dress, and Donald Trump wouldn't give his DNA over. Why do you think that happened? Why do you think Donald Trump's not giving his DNA over? Oh, because he knows it happened. Look, after refusing to provide a DNA sample, Trump's lawyers switched tactics, saying they would provide one if Carroll's lawyers turned over the full DNA report on the dress. But Kaplan said Trump had provided no persuasive reason to relieve him of the consequences of his failure to seek the full DNA report in a timely manner. Again, 3 years. 3 years. 3 years. They had to give the DNA over. Donald Trump chose not to. Why do you think that happened? So this entire thing that that he's talking about in the dress, he just lied again. He said that there was no DNA found on the dress. Wrong, wrong, wrong. How many times is this guy going to be wrong? Yo, Stafford, thank you for the $10 on Super Chat as well. Shout out Stafford. Show Stafford some love in the chat. I appreciate that. Thank you. So he's lying about the dress. He's lying about everything. What's new?
Over my head. And then...
Oh, wait. I also want to talk about how he slipped up. All right. So Donald Trump, you know, I won't go backwards because we don't need to hear more of Donald Trump. But he said in this exchange, he was like, you know, I asked my legal talent, why didn't they bring up the dress in the appeal today when they were arguing in front of the judge? And then he went on to talk about it, like the history of the dress and how he talked about it with his legal team. And he said something along the lines of, you know, they told me that she has a dress, and I said, so what? And then he paused, and they went, and it sounded like he was saying something like they said it's significant, meaning that his lawyers knew that that dress was important, was significant, and it was bad for their case. Let's just go back to get his official quote.
Such a famous dress. No idea who she was. But they have a dress, sir. I said, so what? Well, sir, it's very...
See? He paused. He caught himself. He was about to say that they told him it was very significant, which it is. The dress is very significant because it had unidentified male DNA on it. And he chose not to give the dress over. So he just slipped up. He was about to say his lawyers told him it was significant while simultaneously saying it's nothing. It's kind of contradictory. Carly, shout out Carly. Thank you for the $4.99 saying believe and support survivors. Thank you, Harry. Please show Carly some love. Please show Carly some love. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shout out Carly. Jasper with the $5 as well in Super Chat. I appreciate that, Jasper, saying if he's not an alcoholic, he's got to be sundowning. I don't even, what is that? I'm not sure what that is. But I appreciate the $5 nonetheless.
Use that dress to try and intimidate me. They used that dress with the public. That dress was such a famous dress. It was Monica Lewinsky, part 2.
It's not
the
close.
Dress. And the judge wanted it for trial. And it was going to go into trial. And then they found out there was nothing on the dress, which I knew.
Not true.
And then the judge wouldn't allow it to be used. So they used it as a cudgel. They used it as a hammer over my head. And then the judge, when he heard that it showed totally negative.
Not true.
The judge wouldn't allow us to use it at trial.
So first of all, not true. Second of all, Alicia, thank you for the $9.99. Everyone in Arizona needs to register to vote for Jonathan Nez for the House, Ruben Gallego for the Senate, abortion access, and of course, Harris Walls for president. Lock it in. Alicia, thank you so much. I totally agree. If you live in Arizona or any swing state or any state for that matter, make sure you're registered to vote and check your registration and vote blue.
Then there was an Anderson Cooper interview where she said essentially, no, he didn't rape me.
It's not true. That's not true. Oh my God, it's so frustrating to watch this guy. That's not true. Oh my God. I might have to skip forward in this interview. I actually might. Let's just skip forward. We don't need to Oh, it's his lawyer talks. His lawyer talks. We don't need to hear from his lawyer. We'll finish it out then. We'll power through. We don't need to hear this dude. Look at this guy.
That underlies this entire lawsuit. And
some of you haven't. We're going to commercial break right now. And so what happened is we weren't able to use it. The other thing is we had not one trial, we had 2 trials. Nobody understands why. We asked for a consolidation. And
Teresa, thank you for the $5 as well, saying, when will he tell his followers he admitted he lost to Biden? Good question. He said so the other day. He lost by a whisker, but he doesn't like to publicize that all that much.
I wanted to show up to the trial, to the first trial. My lawyer, who's not up here, not with us any longer, sir, you should not show up. You're the former president or the president. I don't even know when the trial was, but you're the president of the United States, sir. This is beneath you.
You see what he just did right there? He was just criticizing women earlier for not remembering the specific date of his trials, but now he can't remember, or excuse me, the specific date of when they were assaulted, but now he can't remember his trial. So he must believe that his comments have as much validity as theirs. He just was saying, oh, they don't even remember when it happened. Well, Donald, he goes, was I president? Was I not? I mean, the hypocrisy is astounding. Pearface, thank you for the $4.99 again, saying sundowning dementia patients' cognitive ability wanes as the sun goes down. They get worse toward the end of the day. Makes sense. Thank you for the explanation. I appreciate that. Shout out Pearface again with another super chat. I appreciate that. And by the way, if you want a super chat, little circle in the bottom right of your screen with a $sign on it, you can super chat if you want or become a member. And of course, remember to subscribe to the channel and like the stream as well. Helps.
I've got this 100%. The dress is negative, but he wasn't able to use it. Sir, it's beneath you to show up. I said, but wouldn't that be bad for a jury? Wouldn't that be sort of bad for a jury if I don't show up? He said, sir, you don't have to show up. I've got this.
What is
you
he
shouldn't
talking
do it.
about?
It's beneath you. It's beneath the office of the president. I understood what he meant by that. And so I didn't show up. And I was found guilty of something that I do with a woman that I have never seen, touched,
add this to the defamation claim.
Or in any way was involved with. No.
Add these comments to the next defamation case, please. She's going to do it. I'm very confident that E. Jean Carroll's going to sue him again. She has to.
What I want to be. I would not want to be. My people say, please don't say that. I would not want to be involved with her. And
okay, he just did it again. He said that he wouldn't assault her because she's not his type. He just said, I wouldn't want to be involved with her. Hey, my people tell me not to say that, but I wouldn't want to be involved with her. He just said it again. His whole defense is that, oh, I wouldn't assault her because she's not my type. What a gross piece of garbage Donald Trump is. Lil Puppet Creator, thank you for the $1.99 in Super Chat. I appreciate you as well. Thank you. But he just did it again. The whole, she's not my type. Somebody this guy is so gross, man. Harry became a member, but I got no notification whatsoever. That's weird. Maybe turn on notifications on the channel. Like if you subscribe and click the bell. Actually, everybody should do that. If you're subscribed, click the bell so you get notified when I upload videos and you can watch them and when I go live. So I think that's why you didn't get a notification. I don't know. Maybe other people in the chat, if you got a notification, do you have the bell on or not? Maybe some people in the chat can anyway. Yeah, what a gross thing to say. Again.
And that's where we are. So we're appealing it, and people would say it's not a friendly panel based on the appointments, but you'll look that up yourself. But I hope they understand this is the office of the President of the United States, and there has to be fairness shown. Our court system is looking so bad. If you're a Democrat, these are all Democrat-appointed people.
Thank you, Killer, for the $1.99 in Super Chat. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Biden, Clinton, I think others. 3 people. They seem very good today, and I mean, they seem absolutely fine, but I've read and I've heard.
And thank you, Trista, for the $2.99 as well. Shout out everybody, man. I appreciate it.
It's not a friendly panel, but I wasn't surprised because I don't get friendly panels. But where we've had fair judges, where we've had brilliant judges, frankly, I don't know the judge in Florida, Judge Cannon. Don't know her at all. But I think she's a brilliant woman. I think she handled a scam. It's a scam case. That's the documents case. That's the case where Biden, who had 10 times more documents, took all this stuff for years, 50 years, and he was exonerated. Of course, they said he was incompetent, so he wasn't fit. So he was exonerated based on that. But me, I don't get exonerated so easily. And I had a thing called the Presidential Records Act, which exonerates me.
So 2 things. The Presidential Records Act does not give the President of the United States the ability to steal classified documents. The Presidential Records Act is a lot of things, but mainly it differentiates presidential records and personal records. Presidential records are things that apply to national security. Most documents, I'd say, that are produced in a presidency, or the major documents. Personal records are things like newspapers, news clippings, photos, but some photos could be considered presidential, but you kind of get the idea, like very personal records, right? Joe Biden, and here's the other second thing I wanted to say. Donald Trump intentionally withheld classified documents, intentionally stole them. He lied to the FBI about having them. He moved them into his personal residence. They were in his drawers, in his bedroom, and things like that. There's no evidence that Joe Biden intentionally did that. That's the difference. If you don't intentionally withhold classified documents, you don't get charged with a crime. Mike Pence is a perfect example of that. He had classified documents, didn't intentionally have them, didn't get charged with a crime. Donald Trump intentionally stole classified documents. This difference, or this distinction he tries to make, relies on people being unintelligent. He thinks the American people are unintelligent, that will just believe what he says, that, oh, well, Joe Biden had classified documents too, so it's the exact same. His follower base will believe that, no doubt. But you watching at home, sitting there on your device, know better. We know better. Collectively, we know better. And I think your independent Americans out there, your moderate Republicans, moderate Democrats, whoever it might be, know better as well. Oh, come on. Just as I'm telling you, we need elevator music for when ads come up. I feel like there are like more ads than usual. We've had like 5 in 20 minutes. That's
but we won
crazy.
that trial, and the other side plays the ref. Crew and Weissman and all these people. And again, Lisa Monaco should not be involved in this because she's been after Trump for years, and now she's like the second person at the DOJ. But she's with all these people. And they're playing the ref, and they say terrible things about judges. They do it with the Supreme Court justices because they think they're going to intimidate them. I think it should be illegal. That's what the DOJ should
It is illegal, numbnuts.
look into, the legality of these people taking a brilliant judge and demeaning her, and taking other people that are fair and solid and demeaning them.
It's not
It's
true.
called playing the ref.
not
Nobody did
happening.
it better than the late, great Bobby Knight basketball coach. He would scream at those refs and everything, and they'd say, Bobby, you're not going to get the decision overturned. Yep, but the next one I will. And he was right. He was a great basketball coach. Last coach to have an undefeated season. Last coach.
Why the hell is he talking about a basketball coach right now? What is going on?
In basketball to have him many years ago. He also endorsed me, but he played the ref. These people are playing the ref when they are allowed to call for recusal.
Thank you, Christy, for the $4.99. I appreciate you. Show some love for Christy. And Bernice, thank you for the $4.99. By tapping the heart emoji, does it help with promoting the video? I want to help promote your content as much as possible. Vote blue. Thank you, Bernice. I appreciate that a lot. Both your super chat and your help with promoting the channel. I think the hearts do, but also just, I think like dropping a like actually liking the video, like, you know how you typically like a YouTube video, like doing that as well helps a lot. So I think both help the stream for sure. So thank you. Shout out Bernice. That's very kind. And shout out Christy as well. Appreciate you guys. Thanks.
Impeachment of a judge because they're not getting their way. And for some reason, the other side doesn't do that. They don't do that. The other side is much softer. Republicans play it a lot softer, but they play it legitimately. So I'm going to ask, if I might, Will Scharf to come up, just say a couple of words about what took place today. One of our attorneys working on this.
Look at this guy is over here is kind of an awkward individual, isn't he? I don't mean that in an insulting way.
Ridiculous. It's a ridiculous case. Remember, it never happened. It was made up for political reasons. And the DOJ is behind everything. Every one of these cases. It's political interference. It's a witch hunt, just like the fake Russia scam was a witch hunt. And just like they want to start that scam all over again by announcing that Russia, we're talking about. And you know what they do when they do that? They intimidate people from having a fair election. They intimidate poll workers from speaking up when they see crooked things take place in the election. And it's a disgrace. Our country's in serious trouble. our judicial system is in very serious trouble. Will, please come up. Thank you.
Oh God, I hate this guy. I've seen this guy talk on like Newsmax and stuff. He's trash. I don't even know if we want to listen to this guy.
Y'all, my name is Will Scharf. I'm one of President Trump's attorneys. Today we presented oral argument before the United States Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit in one of two cases brought against President Trump by E. Jean Carroll. Now, it's really important to remember that E. Jean Carroll's story at its heart is an utterly implausible he said, she said story. There is no corroboration for anything she has ever claimed about President Trump. There are no corroborating witnesses, as President Trump alluded to.
These guys, I swear to God, these guys make the worst arguments possible. It's like, often cases with assault, there are no corroborating witnesses. There are no witnesses who witnessed the assault. Sometimes, and sometimes that really helps. But often there are not corroborating witnesses.
There is not confirmatory DNA, no police report.
There would be some DNA if Donald Trump would have given his DNA.
Was filed at the time.
And there's no police report because not everybody reports their assaults. She didn't even, this case didn't start from her reporting this assault. She wrote it in a book, and Donald Trump claimed that she was lying.
Time of this alleged incident, she was unable to identify when this incident occurred until...
Oh, my battery died on my camera. One sec. Let me, sorry about that. I apologize. Let me change it to this. Hello. I know it's a little bit of a weird angle now. This is let me go plug my camera in. I'll be right back. The camera died, unfortunately. I apologize. 1 second. Let me go plug it in. Okay. Sorry, we're back. Just a slight interruption, but you know, I know the angle's a little bit, but hey, I'll just move this over a little bit. There you go. Even better.
Till quite recently, no surveillance evidence or witnesses have ever been found or come forward confirming any aspect of E. Jean Carroll's story. In light of...
So this guy's just another liar, huh? This guy's just, I mean, he's incredibly disingenuous off the bat. I mean, all he's saying is like, oh, there's no corroborating witnesses. But we talked about why that's a terrible argument. Look, I've had like very powerful moments in my live stream on TikTok, for example, where we've had like women who have been victims of assault like come up on the live stream and like talk and be like, yeah, this happened in private, or nobody was there, or his buddy was in the room with him, or, you know, things like that, where it's not common or not likely that they have a corroborating witness. And according to this numbnuts right here, this doofus and Donald Trump, because there's no corroborating witness, then apparently it didn't happen. That's their argument. It's so stupid. But what's not stupid is Justin becoming a member as well. Justin, my man, you're too kind, brother. Thank you to you and Pearface, man. You guys are just too kind, man. Thank you for becoming a member. Thank you. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the membership on this channel. I appreciate you, Justin. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Guys, seriously, you guys are so amazing. I appreciate it. I don't even know if I want to hear this guy speak anymore. This guy's annoying.
Of that, in light of the utter implausibility of the story that E. Jean Carroll was attempting to sell to the jury in this case, her attorneys introduced evidence that should have never seen the inside of a courtroom.
What?
Utterly insane efforts to introduce propensity witnesses, Jessica Leeds and Natasha Stoynoff.
Establishes character. No, can this guy come on my live stream? Can I debate this guy? I feel like I could debate this guy on the case. Trista, thank you for the $1.99 saying it's a photo from the 90s. Yeah, exactly.
Most notably, in an unfair and improper effort to buttress E. Jean Carroll's failed attempt to assault President Trump.
Hold on. Wait. I didn't just hear this guy claim that E. Jean Carroll tried to assault Donald Trump in some capacity. Wait, just run that back really quickly.
Jessica Leeds and Natasha Stoynoff, most notably, in an unfair and improper effort to buttress E. Jean Carroll's failed attempt to assault President Trump.
Sylvia, thank you for the $1. I appreciate you. Show Sylvia. Wow. This slimy dude just tried to claim that E. Jean Carroll assaulted Donald Trump. Trump sexually assaulted E. Jean Carroll. And now they're trying to turn it around on her. Talk about victim blaming. My God. What the I mean, what? Yeah, okay, you know what? Screw what I said earlier about like these people like, putting their reputation on the line like they're just lawyers. No, they're not. They're in line with Donald Trump. They agree with everything that this guy stands for. They agree with Donald Trump. They're as MAGA as he is. They're coming up with these ridiculous excuses trying to say that E. Jean Carroll somehow assaulted Trump in some capacity, whether it be like physical or verbal, whatever it might be, whatever this dude is trying to claim right here. God.
Trump. Jessica Leeds' story is instructive here. This is a woman who claims that in the middle of a crowded airliner in 1979, President Trump assaulted her. Leeds has never been able to identify where this plane departed from, where it went to.
So what?
The date of the flight in question.
So what?
Making our efforts to disprove her testimony extremely difficult. Under the federal rules of evidence, this story should have never been allowed to be presented to the jury in this case. The same is true of Natasha Stoynoff's story, which again lacks any indicia of reliability.
Nonsense. I actually can't listen to this guy. This guy's speaking utter nonsense right now. That they should have never been introduced into evidence. Establishes character. It's such nonsense. By the way, and he's making these same sleazy excuses that Donald Trump was making. Well, she couldn't tell us where the flight was going or where it departed from. So what? And by the way, the notion that someone can't be assaulted because it's on a crowded airline, or what? I'm sorry, like, there are women who are assaulted at college bars and college parties all of the time in rooms full of people. There's people everywhere at these parties, these bars, business events, whatever it might. You literally pick your poison as to where this could happen, right? Because it does, unfortunately. So the crowdedness of an area and the location doesn't disprove that it happened. I actually can't listen to this guy. Turn this dude off, man. Can we get this guy off my screen, man? Get this guy off my screen. I made a video about this earlier. This is a separate YouTube video, which if you haven't watched, definitely go check it out. But yeah, man, what a joke. Like, hold on, let me sorry. I still haven't. There we go. Oh, man. Yeah, like, his lawyers are as bad as he is. You know what I mean? His lawyers are as bad as he is. Look, Killer in the chat. Killer is somebody, and I won't speak for her, but she points out how when she was assaulted, which she's talked about on our TikTok stream, she was on a maternity ward floor. A maternity ward floor. Like, an assault can happen anywhere. Might I add that assault is not always just, like, I don't know what I can say within YouTube parameters. I'm still kind of figuring this out. But, oh, wait. Sorry, hold up. Okay, sorry. My computer got unplugged. Assault is not always just like man enters woman. Right? Assault is like, it can be anything. It can be using hands. It can be touching somebody. It could be a variety of things. There are, I can't tell you the amount, you guys know this. Again, you don't need me to tell you this, but like the amount of people who are like touched at parties or events, business events that was not consensual, obviously, like it happens all of the time terribly. So these guys are just slimy, man. These guys are just slimy. Like, Trump is slimy. His lawyers are slimy. They're disingenuous. Like, look, I understand that his lawyers are defense attorneys. Their entire job is to discredit the other people. And maybe they know his lies, maybe. And maybe the only argument they can go with is, oh, well, they don't know when the story happened, which means it didn't happen. Maybe that's the only thing. I know they're hired to be defense attorneys, but it is just gross. It is just gross to hear like people on Trump's team and even Trump himself kind of make these arguments. You know what I mean? David, thank you for the $1.99 as well. Shout out David. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you, my man. Alina Habba is especially disgusting to me. Yeah, I feel that. I mean, Alina Habba is crazy. By the way, I have stitches on my face right now. So if you're asking like, what's this big line? It's stitches. So I just noticed that like anyway, it doesn't matter. But yo, Justin, oh my gosh. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. My man, thank you for the memberships. Now a bunch of people just became members. Shout out to Justin, who supported so much on this live stream today. It really means the world. Thank you, Justin. I appreciate that a lot, man. Thank you. Very nice. We love Justin. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Yeah, shout out Justin, man. I was grabbed in the pee in a crowded bookstore on Christmas Eve. Exactly. Can happen anywhere, anytime. I hope you're okay. I'm great. No problem. David, thank you for the $4.99. I appreciate that as well in Super Chat. Am I a member now? It's not showing up like that, Natalie. Hey, am I a member now? No, Natalie, it's not showing up for some reason. If you want to become a member or Super Chat, just click the little circle in the bottom right with the $sign on it, and you can become a member, or you can Super Chat, whatever it might be. Also, if you don't want to Super Chat right now, but you want to Super Chat later, I think you can Super Chat on any video of mine and any past live stream. So that's something to keep in mind. Leah says, I've been assaulted in a room full of people and was gaslit into believing it was an SA. Exactly. Like, that's why these arguments are such garbage, man, from these Trump lawyers that, it was an airplane or it was a department store, so of course it couldn't have happened. Give me a break. I'll give you 5 to tell you how you got the stitches. I'll ponder that one. Let me sit with that one for a second. Have you ever converted a MAGA on TikTok? I have. I think. I've actually had some people come up and say, like, I used to be Republican and now I'm not. Now I'm not voting for Donald Trump because of your live streams. I've actually had that happen. I think people in this YouTube live stream have seen that happen. Maybe like some people who watch, the live on both TikTok and YouTube, Anyway. Yeah. I also apologize for the quality drop. I know the camera looks a lot worse because I'm using like my actual laptop camera. My laptop's like on fire right now. It's so warm because it's like I'm running the whole entire live stream through this one laptop. I have to get a better laptop. I mean, you guys say it looks okay though. So maybe the laptop is not actually a problem. I'm MAGA, but I like Harry. Look, Natalie Thompson is still here. And Natalie Thompson's such a character. She's always like typing MAGA stuff in my YouTube and my TikTok chats, but she's also like, I like Harry. I don't get it. Yeah. Anyway, ladies and gents, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I just wanted to react to this press conference today. I think maybe we'll wrap up the live here a little bit. Is the debate actually going to happen? Probably. I guess paraphrase probably. I think. I mean, it seems like it is, but I always say, laptop isn't pixelated, but the camera can be. Oh my god, bro! Are you kidding me? The camera is pixelated. Golly, laptop, I'm on fire for democracy. Damn right. Let's put in the work. Yo, Carly, thank you so much for the $4.99. I was assaulted in middle school at the hands of classmates in the classroom, library, and hallway. It can happen anywhere. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you for not only sharing. I know that can be difficult, but thank you for further proving the point that Donald Trump is garbage, like utter trash. Utter trash. It's really disappointing, says Tess, how desensitized many people are made to become to situations like that in public places. Exactly. Yeah, definitely click thumbs up on the video, as Killer says. Make sure to drop a thumbs up on the live if you haven't already. Helps a lot. And subscribe to the channel. All that good stuff. Yeah, Kaylee, what's up? Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, I think we'll leave it there, I guess. I appreciate you guys being here. I'm conflicted, Harry, because I'm mostly voting Trump because of the border issue in my state. That is, Natalie, it's a bad reason. Voting for Trump on the border is a bad reason. He killed the border bill. If it's such a problem, why did he kill the border bill? He doesn't actually care about the border, and I guarantee you he won't solve the border. He has no solution for the border. That's not a good reason. But I also believe women should be able to get abortions. Exactly. So, Natalie, the choice for you is actually really clear. You want the border secure. Kamala Harris wants the border secure. She endorsed a bipartisan border bill. And you think that women should have the right to get an abortion. Kamala Harris believes that. Donald Trump does not. So the choice is easy, Natalie. Come on over to the good side. I'll like you much more when you're over on our side, I promise. Anyway, hey, listen, I don't want to take too much of your time up, ladies and gents. I just appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate you rocking with me. I appreciate you watching the YouTube videos, the TikToks, reading my tweets, or whatever it might be. Whatever form you support in, it means the world. Truly, I can't even describe how much it means. So if you haven't watched the YouTube videos today, I'd encourage you to do so. I posted a couple today. And it would mean a lot if you go watch them and comment and like them, all that good stuff. So anyway, I will leave it here. Guys, have a great rest of your night. Enjoy. Have a great day tomorrow, a great weekend, a great Saturday. Take it easy, relax, sleep in if you can, eat some good food, sleep in. And as I said, see some people you love, care about. Go to a movie if you want to. Do something you enjoy. Read a book or listen to music. Just take some time for yourself tomorrow, right? I know that we're in a really weird moment in America. It's a lot. It can feel like a lot of pressure. It can feel very overwhelming. So just know that I'm thinking about you. I care about you. And just take care of yourselves, all right? All right, guys. Thank you, everybody. We will talk soon, for sure. And we'll be around. Okay? Thanks, everybody. Talk soon.